What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where you know I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers, those of you who have been rocking with me from day one, who still being loyal to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am grateful for all of you. Again, I thank you for your loyalty, your dedication, and for still being down for me from the beginning when I started this journey. Secondly, for all of you who have just subscribed, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family, the only female YouTuber that actually kicks the actual and factual for both Black men and Black women. Also, if you like today's or tonight's content and you're interested in hearing more of it, please make sure that you subscribe and you hit that notification bell. Now that is all out the way, I want to appreciate each and every one of you that was able to make it into my live chat this evening. As promised, I told y'all last week that I was going to be going live with my mother. And of course, I always hold my word. And tonight I am going to be going live with my mom. She's going to be on tonight's live chat with me. So for every diva in knowledge, there's a queen in knowledge. For every woman that has knowledge, she has wisdom and knowledge, because there was another woman who was basically leading her and guiding her and gave her all of the wisdom and the knowledge that she has. So with no further ado, I got my moms in the building. What's up, moms? What's good?
I'm Mocha. I'm Mocha's mom, and I'm here with her tonight. I'm thanking everybody for subscribing and coming in on the live chat. I'm here with her to serve you wisdom and knowledge.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, a lot of the wisdom and the knowledge that I share with y'all, that has everything to do with my upbringing. Like I said, my mom, she's the center of my life. She is the lady who has given me wisdom and guidance and knowledge from the beginning of time, and it is because of her I've been instilled with so many morals and values. And I'm grateful that I've had a Black mother that, despite whatever issue she had with my fathers, she always allowed them to be a part of my life, to guide me and be there for me. So I'm very grateful that I've been one of the many Black women that are blessed to have a mother that has put all of her needs aside to make sure that me and my siblings are straight. So we're not going to prolong too much with the mushy stuff. But as y'all can see, like I told y'all, me and Mama Mocha is going live tonight. So Mom, I'm going to be picking your brain.
Okay. Okay.
So this is my question. We have I'm starting to notice that there's a lot of division in the Black community, and it's been going on a lot in the YouTube streets. I know you don't keep up with YouTube like that, but it's been like a lot of division amongst Black men and Black women that have been going in on each other. It's a lot of Black men that have been talking reckless about Black women, and it's been a lot of Black women that have been talking reckless about Black men as well. So I wanted to know your opinion. Why do you think there's so much animosity between Black men and Black women?
Lack of knowledge, lack of understanding each other. Um, like I always said, it stems from your upbringing, and like I said, I always believed in, what's equal for the young women is the same thing equal well, what's equal for raising your girls is the same thing equal for raising your boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no understanding, no knowledge of understanding. If the mothers didn't really get along with the fathers, and they didn't teach their kids how to get along. I mean, now you got these young men and young women growing up, not have there's no understanding. It started from home. It's a homegrown thing, and it started from there. Lack of understanding, lack of knowledge, and so now everybody's grown. The grown adults. They this is what they were raised with. No knowledge and no understanding of how to get along with the opposite the opposite of each other. They just don't have no understanding. And this has been going on for many, many years from way back, So it even starts with even in the home where brothers and sisters don't get along, and the parents didn't give them no knowledge, understanding of how to even get along with each other, respect each other. The brothers not respecting the sisters not respecting the brothers, and so now they're all grown, and you have, just no knowledge in it. Just no knowledge in it. They weren't taught how to respect each other.
So basically, you think the reason why a lot of black men and black women today, a lot of the reason they have so much animosity towards each other, the reason there's so many gender wars, the reason so many black men and black women are going at each other's throat is basically, is based on the fact of their upbringing, the fact that they were not taught in their own households, how to communicate with one another. If you saw mommy and daddy arguing and fighting every night, moms was, screaming and yelling at dad, and dad was physically fighting their mom, and the parents didn't teach the siblings how to deal with conflict and disagreement. Basically these same children grow up into these adults who now still have lack of understanding and lack of communicating with the opposite sex even as adults.
Exactly. If you were not taught how to respect your own siblings, and say you in a family, even if you just have all boys, and you have not taught your sons how to respect each other in their upbringing, when they come up and they become young adults and even grown people, they may have a hard time respecting other men, and it goes the opposite way. Or if you have girls and boys, in the home, and you're bringing them up together, and the brothers don't respect the sisters, and you don't teach the sisters to respect the brothers, then you got men that won't respect women when they get older, and women may have no respect for men when they get older. So, that's just my belief.
Yeah, absolutely, mom. You kicking some knowledge here. For everybody who is just chiming into my chat, I'm on live with my mom tonight, and basically we are addressing the different issues within the black community, amongst black men, black women, just different random topics and things of that nature. So, yeah, me and my mom are actually on live right now as we speak. So, we're collaborating on this particular content tonight. So yeah, definitely, mom. You're right about that when you say that's one of the biggest issues within the black community. A lot of us wasn't homegrown, we wasn't home taught, and unfortunately it follows us into our manhood and our womanhood, and it just becomes a part of our culture. It becomes a part of our attitude. I remember when YouTube used to be a very fun source of entertainment once upon a time. Everybody enjoyed coming on YouTube to view certain videos, to view certain content creators. And it seems like what has happened is the YouTube streets have become flooded with a lot of chaos, with a lot of egos. It's just a lot of content creators that are just going way too far with their content.
It's becoming, not to cut you off, it's becoming very toxic.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted your opinion on that. What do you think about what's going on in these YouTube streets these days?
It's becoming the negativity is becoming very toxic. I've always known negativity to outweigh positivity. I mean, even when you go back to Martin Luther King, who was about positivity, we still, the negativity is still overwhelmed, his positivity by him getting murdered. And I mean, and it's still that way today. I mean, you got so many negative individuals, and they're drawn to everything that's negative on YouTube. And very few people are drawn to the positive. I mean, the drama just continues. People seem to be more attracted, especially the younger generation seem to be more attracted to the drama, no matter where the drama leads them, and it usually leads them to anger, hostility, misunderstanding, even down to, murdering each other. I mean, it's just the negative traffic is very heavy on YouTube right now. And what I'm beginning to notice, I really just got into YouTube, but what I'm getting to notice is that it's mainly among the black community.
Mm-hmm.
It mainly is. I'm not saying that's the only community, but it seems to me more heavy among the black community traffic on YouTube,
It
and that's
is.
really, really sad. It's really sad. It's like the blind leading the blind, and negativity is leading negative people, and the positivity it has less traffic.
Oh
Has less
yeah.
traffic.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm starting to notice, moms, is it's a lot of the it's older people that are carrying on worse than the younger people in these YouTube streets. It is men and women over the age of 40. I've seen full grown women in their 40s and 50s cussing and going back and forth on panels and disrespecting younger women. I've seen younger women disrespecting the older women, and I'm definitely seeing a lot of men in the YouTube streets disrespecting other men,
Well, it
so
goes
that's a
back,
lot of that.
like I say, from the home. It starts all the way back. I don't care how far you have to go back. It starts back all the way from, you do have a lot of negative older people, and they have led these younger people into negativity. You have older women who are drama, and their daughters are drama, maybe
Hmm.
even their sons are drama. It all goes back to how they were raised, and it's really that sad that you would be over 40 years old at this day and time, and you can't let go, and you can't let go and let live. You should know better by now, but some people, they fuel off of drama, and you even got people in their 70s. I know personally still fuel off of drama, and that's really sad. And those are basically people that never got themselves together, never found out what true happiness was. Don't want to be happy. Drama has just became a way of life for them.
Hmm.
Not all of them are like that, but there are a lot of them that are like that. So I do agree with that. That the older community, they're a part of it. They're very much a part of it too.
Yeah, definitely. It's been an ongoing issue for quite some time. With the things that's been going on, where that word came from. Oh, Mom Dukes. Oh, that's a Southern slang word, Caribbean fire. That's just another way of just saying mom. So it's just Southern talk. That's all. But yeah, of course, a lot of that has been going on, and it's festering, and so a lot of tensions are building. Which brings me to my next question, because what I'm starting to notice, there's a lot of black women in YouTube that are basically the ones that are provoking. They're basically the initiators and creating drama and chaos amongst the YouTube world. And so my thing is this: why do you think that some women just take the time out, to basically intervene into all type of drama, to the point to where they're even causing chaos amongst other men? Why do you think it's just so many black women, rather in the YouTube sector or just in general, that just for some strange reason they just like to keep provoking and causing issues?
Well, most of the time, chaotic people bring chaos, and they feed off of chaos, and there is nothing else. They haven't been taught. Nothing else has been instilled in them to, like I say, it goes back to negativity. Because, we have a lot of, going back to the question you asked even before that, to answer this question here too, you know, older adults, like you said, they're negative. And older adults, we don't have a guy. That don't mean all of our older adults are good leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so it comes from poor leadership, poor mothership. It comes from poor, leadership, and we do have a lot of older adults that are poor leaders. So now, we're birthing, or rebirthing, young adults that has followed this poor leadership, and
Mm-hmm.
chaos has seemed to. Most of the time, when you find chaotic people, they have grown up in chaos, and it's
Yep.
become normal to them.
Right.
Okay, without drama, there's nothing else going on in life for them without the drama. So drama makes them comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It makes
Yeah.
them very comfortable. So, and then you got the opposite, where people are not so chaotic because the drama makes them uncomfortable. Some people, nowadays, drama is everything to a lot of people. It is everything.
Yeah.
If it ain't no drama going on, there ain't nothing happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always some people just, and it's sad that our black women, young black women, and older black women too, still live in so much chaos. They're so angry about so many things. They're angry about, I mean, from A to Z, you can take every alphabet and name a chaotic letter to match how they feel. It's really sad. But these are just people who refuse to be at peace, don't know how to be at peace. Some people are at peace with drama, believe it or not.
I believe
They're
it.
very
Yeah.
much at peace with drama. Without the drama, they'll be really sporadic, but some people are very much at peace with drama. And as far as them kicking each other in the face, like I say, it's all homegrown. Your behavior starts at home. It starts at home. How to handle, good behavior and bad behavior. It all starts at home. It all starts with what kids see, what they hear, what's been done to them. It all starts at home. It really does.
Yeah. I've spoken on these issues a couple of times. About a lot of our character is built off of the foundation of how we was raised. However, I'm noticing, particularly with black women in the black community, there's just so many of black women, that are bitter, that are angry. And the new word they've been using to cover it up is they call it attitude. And like I said on the last content I did, that's just a pretty way of saying I'm bitter because I'm living with a lot of regrets. Do you think the reason why a lot of us as black women, the reason why we have so much animosity and attitudes, is it really an attitude, or do you think it's really the fact that a lot of them are frustrated and angry with themselves for the poor choices that they have made?
I think they're angry, with a lot with the poor choices that they have made. But like I said, it still goes all the way back to how they were raised and what they've seen and what they've heard, and things that they've been taught, you know, from when they were children. But now, there's a whole lot of opportunities for young black women. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't be have to. They shouldn't have to settle for the things they settle for. But it all depends on what a lot of the mothers settle for. I mean, it all depends because that's who raised them. And the things they've seen and heard, that their mothers have taken off of men or other people, whatever. When you have a child, you are responsible for that child, and you mainly sometimes are responsible for how that child thinks and what that child feels. You're responsible for that, and if you don't guide that, and you don't walk that child through that, you know what I'm saying? Or if you allow this child to sit here and just watch you instead of you teaching this child, then you're gonna wind up with a behavior that you understand. And most of the young women out here now are repeating the same behavior their mothers did.
Right, that's
Most of them
true.
are repeating the same behavior their mothers have. Most of the young men are repeating the same behavior their fathers have.
Yeah,
Because
I
that's the
agree.
way, that's what they grew up in. But they're bitter for so many reasons. Yeah, making the wrong decision. Who wouldn't be bitter after a while for making the wrong decision? But if you was, it's a motto. When you know better, you do better. But it all depends on what was instilled in you as a child. Because your childhood affects your adulthood life drastically. It affects your adulthood life. I taught you that.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree, because see, when we hear the word scorned in the black community, we automatically want to relate it to women. But there's also scorned men as well.
Men too.
Yeah, it's men that are scorned. Because as I was, and I tell my subscribers this all the time. I say you can always tell when a man is insecure. I don't know why when we hear the word insecure, we automatically want to associate it to a woman. We act like being insecure is a feminine emotion, and it's not, because you got some dudes that have the same issue as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. So like I said, they're scorned men too. I mean, to some extent, I think the men may even be more scorned than the women are, and I say that because the majority of black men did not grow up in a home with their fathers. But with the majority of black women always had the mother in the home. The mother has been there more than the father from, what we know from statistics throughout the years. You always had a mother and had very few fathers. And in a lot of instances, it's still like this today. So I think the men grew up scorned because they didn't have their fathers in their lives. And so they came up without guidance from a man. I mean, a mother can only do so much with a son. Then again, depending on how a mother is, you can do a lot with your son. Because I did. But like I said, a lot of men miss their fathers. I know they do. And so that's why I think, we have a lot of scorned men. I mean, how would a man know how to deal? A young man would know how to deal with a young woman if he had never had the view of a man over him. Nobody to give him any insight on what to expect, how to treat a woman, how to talk to a woman, how to handle a woman. If he didn't never have that, you know what I'm saying, and he grows up 9 times out of 10, he's gonna grow up treating her any way he wants to, or the way he feel like he should. But there was no guidance. I do think they're scorned because their fathers are not in the home. Who would want their fathers in the home? There are a lot of women scorned because their fathers weren't in the home.
Right. Now, do you think when we talk about fathers not being in the home, do you think the reason for that in some instances is because some of the women did not allow the man to be a man and lead? Could that be a possibility?
That the woman didn't allow the man to be a man and lead. And that's a woman that grew up. That's probably more than likely a woman that grew up in the home and saw that her mother ever did. Most times, there's some women whose mother was a single woman. And that's all she know. If the mother did the raising, the mother did the cooking, the mother made all the shit, there was no man there. So I feel like if you run into a female like that, 9 times out of 10, she might have been raised in a home with a single mother who did it all and who ran everything. And so she's already learned the ways of her mother, how to do everything her own, how to be independent, how to be dependent. And so when she runs into a guy that can lead, she don't know nothing about a leader because she never had a male leader in the home. Her not having a male leader in the home, how would she know how to let a male lead? How would she know how to let a man lead? Because she wasn't led in the home by a man, and her mother didn't have a male in the home, have a husband or father, whatever, in the home. So she probably came from a mother that did everything.
So in other words, just to interject, because I've been hearing, like I said, I've been hearing a lot of men been saying, the problem is these women today, they want to wear both hats. They want to be the man and they want to be the woman. And
women that have always, they're women, many women, black women especially, have had to wear the hats. I won that have had to wear the hats. But then I knew, that there, I know there is another side where you do want to have a man in your life to lead. But if you wind up with a man, if you do wind up with a man in the home, and he didn't have a father in his home to teach him, that he come into your home, you want to marry to him, he's not going to really know how to lead because he didn't have anybody to teach him how to lead. So they don't get along eventually. He walks out of the marriage or walks out of the relationship. Now she got to take on the hat, because she may have came from a mother already that didn't have anybody, a male figure in the home. She watched her mother lead. This man got with her, didn't have a father teaching her to lead, and they got together. So here you go with a woman who didn't grow up in a household with a man that led anything. This man she married to grew up in a household with a man that grew up in a household where there wasn't a man to lead him. So now the woman gonna outpower him because she didn't have a man leading. She's not used to a man in her household anyway. She didn't grow up with one in the household. Okay. Same thing with him. He didn't grow up with one in the household, so she's not used to a man leading anything, and he don't know how to lead anyway. He can't get with a woman like that. So now, they can't get along. And so they split because he don't know how to lead, and because she's not used to a man leading her when she was, in her lifestyle when she was young. So now she takes over. He leaves and she takes over. This woman she's too strong for him, but that's because she never had a male in the household in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Then he didn't have a male in the household to teach him how to lead. So these two, they said lost people always find each other, and basically, they wind up not getting along. Because she trying to overpower him. He don't know how to lead. So they break up. So now she wear all the hat. I mean, that's what she used to anyway. That's what she grew up in.
Okay, so the GT, let me see what he says. Saying she not outpowering him, she causing confusion and fails to submit to her MA, to her man. What's your intake on that, Mom?
She's not. She can't submit. She don't know how to submit because if she came from a household where her mom, there was no father in the home, there was no male figure in the home that her mother was with to lead anything. She used to her mother being a single mother. This is all she know is how to do everything on her own. So it's not so much that she's trying to outpower him. That is all she know. She didn't come up with a father, that balanced everything out and balanced everything out in the home.
Yeah. So in other words, this is the reason why a lot of black men and black women, they have issues with balance. Based on their upbringing, if that man didn't have a mother
that
and a
man was
father,
not at home. That's the head.
right?
That is the head. And without that's the head. Okay? The father is the head of the home. Okay? He's supposed to be the head. The mother, I'm just going to use the word the tail. She is the other half. And there is no father in that home, and there's only a mother. That means she's wearing his hat and everybody else. She's wearing all the hats. And this young woman comes up under this mother that don't have a man at home, didn't help raise her kids. Then this is all she knows. My mother did it. This is the way I gotta do it. There was no man in there to balance anything out.
Yeah, in other words, because I have GT comments again, how you know how to do that and you're an adult, that's excuses to me. See, this is the thing when it comes to the black community. We have to realize for every action there's a reaction. For every cause there's an effect. So as many times as we like to think that we're giving excuses or we're condoning certain things, the truth of the matter is if you grew up in a household and there was not a man and a woman in that household who taught you at a young age how a woman is supposed to treat a man and how a man is supposed to treat a woman.
Yeah.
If that was not programmed into you during your youth as a young woman, you're going to learn your own way of how to deal with the man, which is usually not the right way. You're going to learn from the streets. You're going to learn from other females that are bad influences and vice versa. Same thing as for being a black man. If you did not have a real father in your life, the only things you learned was from the barbershop, from the other guys in the hood area, and you didn't have a real man in your life that taught you structure. Basically, you have to teach yourself everything. So it's not even so much excuses. The thing of the matter is, for every cause, there's an effect. People are not just effed up to be effed up. Something is the cause to it. And it's not just for black men, black women. It's the same thing for black men. Like you have some black women who walk around here and really want to believe that black men are just effed up, that all black men are no good. That's not true.
And that's not true. I think there is a lot of good black men in our community. I think that there's a lot of good black women in the community. The problem is the communication and the understanding. And if you wasn't raised and brought up in a household where your parents communicated with each other, first of all, parents, that's two people, mother and father.
which the black community don't know too much. They're doing away with mother and father. We losing a lot of that.
Yeah, that's just what I played out. We almost have played out of uncles and aunts. That's what I almost gone to. And grandmothers are definitely gone. All that's just about gone in the black community. You know, it's sad, but it's true. But the whole thing in it is, if you have, believe me, I'm not saying you're going to be a perfect child, a perfect adult, because your mother and father was in the house, but you would have an inkling of what a relationship is. You would have knowledge of somewhat of a knowledge of knowing how relationships do exist, and they can and they can last, and there's going to be ups and downs, but communication is the key. Okay, with communication, without no communication, there is no understanding.
And then the main thing is too, there we've been lost the structure of family.
Yeah,
Because
that's gone.
again, women are have strived to become baby mamas now. They're not even looking to become wives.
Oh yeah.
Men are not striving to become husbands anymore. They're just becoming producers. So basically, the black man, the black community, we have lost the cause of building families, and that's the number one reason why there's so much division within the
And
black community.
as far as excuses go, I mean, that we can share that at a dinner table. Everybody can have an excuse. Everybody can have an excuse. Okay,
Yeah, hello.
why the excuse of why the
Yeah.
father is not in the household with the woman. If you're not
No
going to be there for, first of
I can
all,
hardly hear
when
you.
you get ready to have a child with any woman, you're a male. Same thing with
I
females.
can't hear you.
If that is not the woman or the man that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, don't even have kids with them. Don't even do it. Okay, and as
I
far as
can't hardly
and,
hear you.
and
I'm
as
on
far as
loud. I can't
as
hear
far as
you.
marriage goes, which is even a more deeper subject, it's like this: without the father and the mother, in order for it to be a unit, you must have the father and the mother to have a complete unit.
Right.
Without one, whether it's the father got the kids or without the mother got the kids without the father, that is not a complete unit. So excuses could be thrown like it's no excuse for it. It's just that without communication, without knowledge and understanding, raised as a child, you wasn't raised to communicate and to be close to each other. Of course, when you become adults, you will go separate ways. You will. And I don't think the black men are making excuses, and I don't think the black women are either. It's just no communication or understanding. Without that, you don't have anything anyway. There's nothing to keep you glued tight to.
Yeah. And another thing, do you think that the welfare the system has taken the place of fathers in the household, which is the reason why so many women are just striving to have children versus having a family?
What I think is what the women have done when it comes to the welfare system. They found out that they can depend on it. They feel like it's more dependable than the fathers are. And I'm not, and I'm blaming the fathers on that, but I'm also blaming the women too because there's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean, you may have to be on the system for a minute to get yourself together, but then I feel like this, but then you can also get yourself off the system too. The system is just to give you it's just to give you a lift. That's what it's built for. Just to kind of get you up on your feet, not for you to live off the system forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little boost. But then the women become you know
Heavily
they
dependent.
become more close to the system. They become more dependable on the system, and they actually think they're gonna live off the system forever. And what they don't realize, you live on the system, eat off the system, live on the system. Whatever you do on the system, your kids will become a victim of it. You're victimizing yourself and your kids. Because
Mm-hmm.
the system don't do it to you. Allow the system to do it to you. It's just
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be a stepping stone for you to get on your feet. But
Mm-hmm.
women being found out that the system is more dependable than the fathers of their children are. And
Mm-hmm.
so therefore they start relaxing into the system and think that's the way out. And it's truly there is a dead end to the system. There is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's setting you up for failure. It really
Exactly.
is. It will set you up for failure. It's just supposed to be a stepping stone. Maybe on there 2 or 3 years, get yourself together, get your job, get on your feet, and realize, that look, this is something I gotta do, and I'd rather do it on my own. I don't want. y'all want my business to be my business, but it's really supposed to be a stepping stone. But instead, the women have become dependable on it. They rely on it. It's more reliable. They feel like they're child support. Because we have so many men going to jail, so many of our men going to jail or dying or whatever, or unnecessary bull crap, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then, our men are already depressed. So, like I said, no understanding, no communicating, no understanding. I think our black men are very depressed.
Right.
Even the ones who work hard, who try hard,
Right.
you know. Yeah, and the women, they're depressed too. And it's almost like a revenge thing on each other, you know. He's not
Mm-hmm.
doing it, so I'm gonna put him on child support. Well, I'm trying to do this for her. Right now, I ain't got a job. Okay, and sometimes it ain't all about money. That's what the black men are understanding, and
Mm-hmm.
because we're not communicating with each other, it's not always about the money. Instead of women saying, "Look, you just come spend time with the kids. Just come and babysit them while I go to work or something. Come
Mm-hmm.
through or something like that." But it just the system was set up to confuse us and to mess us up, and it's working.
But
Right about now, 2019. The system is working up. It's working very well.
what about these women that are abusing the fact that there are men who do want to be there and do want a relationship with their children, but the women are using it as like a power.
She don't have
Um.
no understanding because with the way she grew up, her father wasn't around. Her mother wasn't married. Her mother's boyfriend was in and out. Nobody, no male figure was there. So her understanding of abusers, the men that who want help, she don't understand that because she used to men not being there anyway.
Well, what about the ones who didn't come from broken homes? Because the truth of the reality of the matter is some of these women ain't coming from broken
That
homes.
is very that is very
Was
true.
so what's their
Well,
what's their
well, well
excuse
I
for being
feel the way I feel about
malicious?
women like that, there's still something that's within her. There's something deep within her because there are fathers who do want to be there, and I've seen good black fathers. I mean, I have seen good fathers, and I've seen women be. I can't curse. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen women, be bees about, how they deal with men. Those are women who already don't know who they really are, what they really want, and where they're really going. And that's why I said men need to make sure before you lay down and have a baby with any woman that you got to make sure that this is the woman that you want to be with for the rest of your life, even if you're not married to her, because she will always be in your life because you have a child from her. You have to really analyze. You can't always figure everybody out, but you have to take your time when you start having kids from these women out here, because we have a lot of unstable women who come from unstable homes.
Yep.
They come from unstable homes. I don't care how pretty her hair is done. I don't care how long you have. How pretty her nails are done. I don't care about a big butt or nothing else. Her mind, her
Yep.
mind may not match up to anything she look like.
Yep.
What you see is not always what you get.
Very true.
So men have to be just as smart. That is why one thing I did do when you all were coming up, I made sure that my girls knew at the age of 12, when they turned 12 years old, I had to make sure I told my girls, babies don't come from storks. This is how you get babies. But I got my boys earlier. When each one of my boys turned 10, I put condoms on my boys and explained to them, even though they were nowhere sexual, they were nowhere thinking about it. They may have, I don't know. But I believe in having a sex talk. I had a sex talk with all of y'all. Even on my granddaughter, which is your daughter, I had a sex talk with her. I think she was about 12. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in that sex talk because you can truly get stuck with people who are very, very, unstable. I don't
Right.
care what they look like. I don't care how they talk. I don't care what they got. Believe me, safe sex comes with talking. You have to communicate with your kids. Do not go out and have kids just to be having them. I don't care what she look like or who she is or what he look like or where he come from. Make sure when you lay down with that person in the raw, you know
Mm-hmm.
you're taking the biggest chance in life, bringing a human being in this world. Anything can happen besides other things that can happen like STDs.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are things that come along worse than having babies. Stuff you really can't get rid of. We get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get rid of babies in all kind of ways either. So it's like this right here, when you line up with that type of female, that female is already, she's already, you know, came from some type of background with some type of. Either she came from a good home. Good home. What is a good home now? Good home. Because they got a pretty house.
Right.
They found have
Right.
nice cars and all. You'll be surprised what go on in rich
Right.
people's houses and
Mm-hmm.
houses in the suburbs.
Yep, they be having, it ain't just the hood. That's true, Mom. It ain't just the
It ain't
hood
just
that
the
have
houses, honey.
problems.
They
It's
got a lot of
gated
renovation,
communities and
all that.
everything. Yeah.
So a good home. What is it? These days, what is a good home?
Yeah.
You got
Good
church
question.
families and all. YouTube tell y'all about pastors raping daughters and everything else. So, come from a good home. It's what you think is a good home. Good homes ain't what they used to be. They're not good like you think they are anymore. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's very true. When we talk about broken homes or dysfunctional families, for some reason we want to associate it with just predominantly the hood,
Yeah, rich
the
people with broken
projects.
families. The household is broken, very broken, even more broken, because they don't know. It's too. It's different. It's different levels, but the pain is all the same.
Right.
Every home, every house, I don't care where they are, how much money they got, how much money they don't have. Everybody has struggles. You'll be surprised what's going on in that big, pretty suburban house. And she's a cheerleader in school, and
Yep.
her mother is a soccer mother, her father is a football coach. You will be surprised. It's even more broken than homes in ghetto. Because one thing about the homes in ghetto, they keep it real. They ain't got no food. They'll come next door and knock on the door. Hey, y'all got some sugar?
Yeah. Yeah. Other words,
everything in it but trust.
a broken home is not what the majority of us have in mind. We necessarily think it's somebody in low income housing. It's a project chick. It's families of prestige that got just as much problems and issues.
Just because you live in a project don't mean your home is suitable. Because one thing about people in the projects, you can go next door and knock on somebody's door and ask them at the door if they have sugar. You got a little bit of flour in, but those prestigious households in the suburban areas that you only see you see the yard is cut beautiful and all the nice cars, the couple of nice cars, and the children look so dressed so very well and everything. The parents are so proud. You will be surprised of the things that are going on in that home. You will be very surprised. There's one thing I say about the hood. They keep it real. Hey, you got any sugar, girl? Let me get a cigarette from you, girl. Girl. So
yeah.
Just because you live in a suburban, they come from seem like a good family. It's broken pieces in every household. Some pieces are bigger than others. It's broken pieces in every household because everybody ain't living right. Everybody ain't living for the Lord. So we got broken. We broken people. Period. So there's broken pieces. Believe there are lots of it. And a lot of times, the more people protect their homes, the more broken it is on the inside.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that. There's many misconceptions. It really has everything to do with the mindset and the mentality. It's not just the environment, it's the mindset. You could take a person out the streets, but that don't necessarily mean you can take the streets out of them. You could take a pig out the farm and put that pig, on clean.
When you see mud again,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He gonna run to the wall in it again.
Yeah, exactly. Some people become a product of their environment. You know what I mean? And then you have others who try to rise above it. They either going to they're going to follow into that trend, or they're going to try to expand from it. It's going to be one or the other. Now, this is my next question, Mom. I notice in the community, when it comes to us as Black women, there's a lot of Black women that are not making the best of choices in men, and basically they have resorted to picking up pookies and ray rays, meaning a low common denominator, guys, that are pretty much just users and losers. So my question to you is, what is causing so many women to be drawn to picking up the pookies and the ray rays?
Okay, let me answer that in two ways. Let me reverse that. There are a lot of guys that also picking up the Takeshas and the Weishas and all that too. So it goes both ways. Okay, so the reason why I think that most of them are picking up the Ray Rays, the poo, whatever the names are.
Pookies. Mom, it's called Pookies.
Yeah, honey, you know I'm old. So it's because the men, our black men that do have something that are very established, well off, you know, dressed well. I mean, very well put together, seem to be educated and everything. These men with the, they end up buying. They got their nice apartments, a house, or whatever they're doing. They're very, top notch. The reason why I think it's like that is because those men don't want to commit. They don't want to commit. They don't want to commit to the average woman. They don't want to commit. Kelly, I'm sorry. They don't even want to commit to the women that may be top-notch women, what they would consider top-notch women. They're not willing to commit. So what happens is women get lonely. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they settle for what's left out there. And that's where the Pookie and the Ray Ray's coming at. And they call themselves willing to commit because, what they got to lose? The men that do have, they give women a hard time. They don't want to commit. They don't want to trust. They don't want to share because they on edge thinking that these women,
got bad intentions.
Even if she got her own stuff together, he's still, one of those type of men. I made it, and I ain't letting nobody in. I made it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that has a lot to do with it, and that's why the women like, I don't want to be alone. I do want a man in my life. I want somebody to hold me, touch me, or whatever, because women are very emotional and affectionate. Most of us are. Women are becoming harder now, but most of them are. And so what they do, they settle for, okay, Pookie and Ray Ray, yeah, you shoot, yeah, I'm going to get up with her. She got, I'm going to get up with her.
Because Pookie, we already know Pookie will accept Pookie will accept a female at any condition, whether if she got 6, 8 kids or she living off housing.
She did. Okay, well, she like she want me. She did. She like she want me, so I'll take her. She was probably laying dead, and he'll still say, "Well, she looked like she want me. I'll take her." The men that the United Shining Armor, the men that feel they got it all together. That's my type of guy. The height, the looks, everything, which that really don't have anything to do with it these days, but I know young women think that way. He got his stuff together, he got a nice car, he got a good job, he don't have a lot of kids, he may have 1 or 2 kids, but he got the baby mama lined up, or whatever the case may be. He's not trying to commit to anybody. And so women get lonely because they can't keep waiting on him. They'll try to wait on it, try to roll with it, and women get lonely. And they find out he won't commit because they won't. They more into themselves. And once a woman realizes that, then she goes, I guess brother John across the street, he been trying to holler at me. Next thing you know, boom. And John, he gonna come in and pretend he gonna commit. And it makes so bad. Some of them don't even work out. But that's why women go to another source. The loneliness kicks in. The woman, she's sure who she is. That type of woman is sure that I have a nice house. I have a career. I'm a clean girl. I don't hang out all kind of ways. I don't drink all kind of ways. Whatever I do, I'm in tech. I know I'm in tech. I'm educated. This same man that got what I got don't even want me because he don't want to commit. So there she goes. She gets lonely and she just travels on into the Pookie and the Ray Rays because they on the coast. They waiting.
So basically, a Pookie is always on a prowl. A Pookie is always going to be on standby.
John, Ray Ray, they be waiting. And they lock up too and get the good girls too. And then the sad part is, half of them, they still won't do right. But they're 1 or 2 that will hang in there, but they don't. But the ones that got it, the men that do have it, that you think United Shining Armor
Yeah, I mean men, because men who got their stuff together, they feel like women who don't are a liability risk. So he's not willing to, share his 4-bedroom condo and his
Well,
Porsche and his his 2-seater
what he will
sports
do
car.
is he will date you because you kind of you're top notch too, but he's still a little bit better than you in a sense because as a black man, and most of them wasn't raised with their father in the home. So if he really made it by himself,
And he became really successful, he
he
really gonna
became
shun
really
you.
big. He's still bigger than you.
But what about these pookies that's starting to act bougie now? Because I'm hearing some of these pookies that they're getting out of pocket too.
Pookies get bougie from women that are independent. They get bougie off of that. I mean, even if she just got a Section 8 house, because he can't get one, and he live with her, he get bougie off of that. Pookies get bougie off of any woman that got herself halfway together, even if she ain't got another Section 8 house or no job, if she got a house, I can stay there. So that's when they get bougie.
But now, but what's starting to happen too is a lot of these women they suffering with these pookies now because now these pookies they done got smart. They know how to finesse a woman. To
Well,
get in.
women like to be finessed. So, so sure, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
women love being finessed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so, like, what she get angry at later on is she found out really what women are doing. They cutting themselves short. There are
Yeah.
men that are cutting themselves short too. Of women they're with. You have to know who you really is, and you have to believe in what you really are. You don't have to be a top model. You could just be a female with their, 9 to 5 job, working in a hotel anywhere. But know that you will work for what you want. Know that you can do you. You can still do you. You on 9 to 5 job. You can't. I don't care if you do have 4 kids in the house and you get your stamp. Know that you could do you. With these women, they get angry because they cut themselves short. Because every Pookie and Ray Ray ain't even worth it. And every what's the guys that got it going on? Every Ricardo and every even the guys that got it going, they're not even worth it. You have to
Yeah.
have your own self worth.
Yeah, high maintenance guy. Yeah. Yeah,
High maintenance men, half of them ain't worth their time either.
but yeah.
You have to be worth your time. You have to be. You have to love you. You don't love you. If you love something that's way more than you love you would never. You will always fall short. Because
Like,
one thing about people, they will let you down, no matter how high they are, how low they are. High people make you feel low, and low people can make you feel lower. So you got to know your worth. I don't care if I am on Section 8 and I got a piece of job, but this is my house and this is my job. I might not be making $15 an hour, $12 an hour, but I'm working. I'm getting out. I'm still doing what I need to do. You gotta have without self worth. Everything under you will always get your neck cut off. Because
yeah.
people that feel like they're higher than you, the high maintenance guys gonna always make you feel lower, and the low maintenance guys gonna make you feel even lower.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's a lot of females that's resorting to the pookies now. Like I said, pookies now they are
Who is
taking
all
over.
this stuff out there? Because the
Yeah,
high maintenance guys, I mean,
yeah. And
themselves. Are they going around playing games with everybody? Because they can do that. They can float like that. They ain't trying to do no more for nobody else than they definitely ain't gonna do no more for nobody else than they do for them. I'm sorry they feel that way because they're missing out on good wives because you have women that are not on their level that are really good wives. And the same thing with women. You got women like that. They're on their level. Missing on guys. They're just a little under their level. They can be good husbands. It takes two to tango. It takes two to make it work. It takes communication and knowledge. It takes all that. It takes that to make it work, and a whole lot of God.
now
I'm gonna leave that out.
speaking of that, there's a lot of black men and black women that are giving up on pursuing marriage and pursuing relationships. Why do you think it's gotten to a point to where black men have just gotten fed up and said, you know what, I'm going to have to start traveling. I'm going to have to start dating women outside of the states. I'm going to have to start dating women outside of my race. And same thing with black women. we're slowly and surely getting to that point to where we are just throwing in the towel with each other. So what is your advice to that? Because there's a lot of negative perceptions that a lot of people feel like black men and black women can't make it together, that we are actually each other's downfall.
I would rather for us to stay in our race, but because everything is so disrupted and everything is so, and because we've been raised so differently, even though we all the same color, but we were, in the black race, but we were raised so different. And so when we come together, we can't get together. We can get together, but we can't never come together.
And
And
stay
so
together.
I have no problem with them dating outside their race. I really don't, because you never know where you're going to find love. And maybe, outside the race, even though they've been raised differently too, but that difference may maybe a profit to how you wasn't raised in the way you was raised, maybe a profit to them, and it may work. I mean, I have nothing against dating outside the race, because right about now we are clashing really, really bad, and I'd rather see us go outside the race. And first of all, exposure. A lot of us have not been exposed to other races the right way, and people are still people. The only difference is color. And maybe color has a lot to do with what's going wrong. Okay, I'm only dig within my race. Black says that's just where it's at. White says this where it's, white race, that's where it's at. I think it's where it's at with anyone that you can connect to. I do not disagree with dating outside the race. The only thing I can say is I don't want you to forget where you really come from. Don't disown your race, because you're not dating a black guy, or you're not dating a black woman. Don't, and when you date the other race, let them know how you feel about your race. You're still who you are, and they're who they are. Have the respect, where race you come from, and you respect where they come from. I believe people are always we learn a lot from the other race. They're learning things from us too. I mean, they see a lot of negative in us, but we do a lot of negative stuff too. And they do a lot of negative stuff. People are people. I have no problem with dating outside the race. As long as you don't forget where you come from, make sure they respect that, and you respect where they came from. I have no problem with it.
Well, yeah, and what people got to realize too, the grass ain't always greener. Everybody's trying to play it safe, thinking that if they only deal with these type of women, they don't have no problems. If I only date women that live in other countries, I only date this ethnicity type of women, and if I only date these type of men and deal with men of other races, what people have to realize is everybody comes with flaws and faults, and it's not even we're placing too much. Yes, we're placing too much emphasis on certain things instead of make sure that person's mental capacity is the main thing that you can deal with.
Because because there are people. Okay, everybody is looking for happiness. Your happiness, your black woman may not be with a black man. Your happiness as a black man might not be with a black woman. It may be, it may not be. But I don't hold it against them going outside the race. People need to do what works for them. Because right now, our black community is really, and I mean, I know it's in all the races, but see, I'm more focused on the black community because I'm a black woman. So I'm an Afro-American woman. So we're not getting along. We're really not. We're killing each other. We're killing the babies. You're killing your parents. I mean, it's just so much going on. It's going on so wrong here. It's just going on so wrong here. I mean, when I say that, I never thought I'd live to see black people, Afro-American people just really, really. The women don't like, they hating the men. They're killing the men killing the women. There used to be this rule in the black community. One thing you don't do, no, two things you don't do. You do not kill your women, and you do not kill your children. Well, it's all happening now. It's just all over the place. So people need to go where what makes them comfortable and what makes them happy. Because right now, honest truth, the black community is not getting along with each other. I mean, I'm not believing it's not even the cops no more. The cops are still the way they are, but this is really, we are really all our pain. We taking our pain out on each other, really, really bad. We don't understand each other. We're confused with each other. We misrepresent each other. We misrepresent each other's feelings, everything. It's almost like we hate each other. I've never seen this. And it's like we almost hate each other. So as far as them going outside the race, after a while, I don't even think it matters no more. I just really don't. And I have nothing against anybody going out there. You got to do what makes you happy at this point in time. Now, the way things are not, do what's best for you and be happy with it. Be sure about it. Be happy with it. But just don't forget. As long as you don't forget where they came from, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So I don't have a problem with that. I really, really don't. I'm saying you date outside your race or you marry outside the race, you go past an Afro American person, still speak, still recognize, let that person know that because
Mm-hmm.
they gotta recognize that that's who you are, because that is still who you are. You just with another race and respect, where they came from. I don't have a problem with it. If it works for them, then it works for me.
Exactly. That's true within itself. But yeah, so as I was stating, like I said, I mean, my whole point is, that I don't care which direction what type of preference you have. Just
Right.
realize there's still going to be issues. The grass ain't always greener.
Always.
It seemed one way, and then when you get over there, now you're finding out, oh, it's a whole different set of problems. It's a whole different set of issues you have to deal with. So, with that being stated, I want to get ready to wrap things up. Before we get ready to end the conversation, my last question I guess I have in mind is, what do you think at this point black men and black women could possibly do to try to reach a common ground with one another, so some of this tension and hostility could come to could come to an end. I really don't think it's a major solution for it, but I'm sure there has to be some type of steps or some different approaches that we can take in order for us to move to a different place as far as black men and black women being able to understand one another.
Well, my opinion on that, and the only thing I have to say about that is, you can't be so careful in life of who you meet, but give that person at least a verbal chance. I believe in giving people verbal chances before I give them physical chances. What I mean by that, get to know who you're dealing with first. Get to know who you're dealing with, male or female. Get to know this person. All this rushing into the bed quickly, all this rushing in. I mean, I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they have. Get to know people. Really get to know people first. And if you find out if you know you're a good communicator, and that you must be, if you know you're a good communicator, and you try to communicate with this person, and you see any little flaws in there, and you try to like say, well, you sure about that, or well, I don't really think that. When you see the communication is off, just let it go. Because if the communication off, the understanding gonna be off, the knowledge that that's the knowledge you're gonna get from it. I do believe that we can get along, but we don't take the time to know each other like that. We judge each other very quickly. We don't get to look at the other person's background. I mean, if you're not going to do that, then why go out and try to meet somebody? If you're not going to give somebody, I don't mean, I mean, go to bed quickly. Because anybody can go to bed quickly, but at least get to know the person first. Start red flags. You should know. You got to know what red flags are. And but I do think that the opposite still attract. I do think people, in our black community, we all can get along. I do believe we can have successful relationships, but at least get to know a person first. You see something kind of awful awkward, you know, you see red flags. Don't be judgmental at first, but just give it a chance. Get to know that person. Get to know and see if they believe in God. All kind of the things people don't even ask nobody no more. Do they go to church? Don't even ask stuff like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just be very, you use your awareness. Be very aware. and get knowledgeable with that person. Communicate. If you say a person is not a very good person that will communicate with you or get angry quickly or whatever, notice the red flags and just back off easily and move on. But I do think, yes, I do think there will be more successful black relationships. I'm sure there will be. I do believe in that. But if they decide to go outside the race, I'm all right with that because hell, right now all of us in a race. I don't just go.
Yeah.
We just, But I do
Yeah.
believe, yeah, black men and women, they can't get along. But that
Yeah.
communication, without that, how you gonna understand if if you can't communicate? I mean, you have to learn each other. I just feel like don't go out there and keep having babies and jumping in the bed with anybody, and there ain't no protection, and now we got it. Y'all already confused, and now the babies coming confused. It's just you know,
It's
I
like an
just wish
ongoing. It's like
everybody
an
I
on.
wish everybody well, but I do believe
It's
that we
like a.
can.
It's like an
Yeah, we
ongoing cycle. It keeps constantly repeating itself. That's basically what it boils down to.
exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
I guess my other question would be too. Do you think that? How do you feel about the sisterhood amongst black women? Do you
What?
think that we still have that, or do you think we have completely strayed away from that? Do you think black women are practically toxic to one another?
Yeah, because yeah, it's sad. We're beginning to be very toxic among each other, and that's sad. Well, what made us toxic is the reality shows,
Mm-hmm.
your neighbors, girls you went to school with, people on your job. Yeah, we become very toxic. We're so angry, and till the anger spreads, and
Mm-hmm.
if you don't keep yourself in check, you become one of them. You have to constantly
Mm.
keep yourself in check. Yes, I've
Yep.
seen black women very toxic. And it's sad. We became very toxic by all the negative things that's going wrong in our lives, all the unanswered questions, and even the questions that were answered still wasn't the right answer. I mean, we are very angry. I've never seen black women so angry in my life. They need to come down off the anger. Know who you are. Know what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in who you are. Make it work. Only you can live your best life. Nobody else can. Know who you are. Handle your business. What is my favorite? My favorite saying: a boss be moving silence. She ain't got to be seen. Boss
Mm-hmm.
women move in silence, honey. And yes, and I do believe they are very toxic. Let me tell you something. Your friends sometimes become your worst enemies.
Yep.
Don't be your enemies. It's never somebody you really don't know like that. Usually your worst enemies is
Mm-hmm.
women who have been your best friends.
Yep. Yep.
So be careful. Be careful of how you handle yourself around your best friends and your
Mm-hmm.
co-workers.
There's a
Any
lot of
woman right
silent
now, black
haters.
women are very much, they're even more violent than the black men are. And I understand why some of these men are not dealing with us. They're not, and I wouldn't either. These
Mm-hmm.
women have become so unattached. They become unattached from their babies. They killing their babies. They become unattached from a whole lot. So they're killing up their husbands, their mothers. They're killing up everything. Black women becoming so very unattached, and they're very toxic. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she got a problem. I got a couple of girlfriends, but two. I had like 12 or 13. I cut them loose every year. I'm down to
Mm-hmm.
almost, I think one. Sure, I ain't called her back yet. But I'm put it like
Uh-huh.
this right here. I don't deal with the toxic women. Women, I understand their pain, been there, done that. But there's some women that want you to keep feeling what they feeling, even though you ain't in that situation no more. Or you been there, done that, or you never been. They want you to feel what they feel. Next thing you know, you going to bed with her problem. You go to bed feeling down for her. You go to bed worrying about if she gonna be all right. All this right. Look at life goes on. Let them all have their own business. But they are
Mm-hmm.
very toxic, and especially the negative ones. If she positive, I'm good to go. Negative, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and I think another reason too, there's so much discord amongst black women because a lot of these sisters they being dragged down by toxic relationships. A lot of these black women, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder because they got a very problematic man in their life. I think that that's one of the biggest problems with black women is that
That is.
that's their big. That's a lot of our downfalls
So
is the
many
pookies.
relationships. So many.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend could be a toxic relationship. Your coworker could be a toxic relationship. There is so many toxic relationships they have to avoid. What they have to do is take care and handle their business and tend to who they are and believe who they are. We have so much toxicity around us, from our baby daddies to our ex-husbands to the husband we got now, to the girlfriends on the job, the co-workers, to your neighbor across the street that you deal with. We are, it's so much toxicity around us. It's just so much. And you just have to go into yourself and make yourself your best friend. Make yourself your everything. And keep your head on. Because if you don't, it don't take but a minute to talk to one of these helpers and lose your whole way of thinking, your whole plan that you done set up for yourself. Because we have a lot of women in a lot of pain. You cannot handle everybody's pain. You can barely handle your own. You ain't got to share your pain with nobody but God. Somebody you really close to that's just gonna help you out. But there ain't many. But you better know who you are. You better get it together and know who you are. And you better figure your own way out. You better dig your own way out, because you got sisters that will help you dig your way out and throw the dirt. As soon as you ain't come up from under the ground, they'll be throwing dirt right back on your head and you don't even know it. And you be buried again. I mean, it's just sad that well, I do this. Yeah, I mean, we got so many toxic relationships as black women.
Yeah, I know.
It's just not the man of your life. It's just your friends. And I always say, your best of friends could be your worst enemies.
That's usually how it happens. Usually, anybody you are enemy with, anybody has become an enemy. Y'all were close once upon a time, because they know your weaknesses. They know what you have gone through. They know how to attack you. They know how to hit below the belt. But I know one of the things is you definitely. The biggest lesson in it for me, I know a lot of females got all type of issues, but one thing I have learned, if she's with the man that's bringing her down, those are the main ones you do not want to be in a friendship with, because she will take all that negative energy out on you. I know it's several reasons, but I know that's one of the main ones.
Yeah, if you have a girlfriend and her situation is constantly negative, that's toxic. And she will keep you near her as a blanket to keep her covered, keep somebody to keep listening to her. And you know you be on the phone rolling your eyes up in the air like, oh my God, here we go again. Let me tell you something. Next thing you know, you'll be drained. And you really have nothing to do with it. She will drain you. She will suck the life out of you until you have nothing left for your own self. You really don't have anything to do with it. I know you're trying to give a listening ear. That's your friend. Okay, this is how I do. I hear you, but right now I'm looking at our housewives. I be listening to oh yeah, girl, yeah. But girl, pray about it. Tell them to pray about it.
Yeah. Now King Ball, he made a statement on here. He stated, when the courting part ended, relationships really started to decline. Move fast and you make mistakes. What's your intake on that? Because that brings a lot of truth to it.
Okay, read it again to me.
He says, King Boss says, when the courting part ended,
okay,
relationships really started to decline. Move fast and make mistakes.
That makes a lot of sense right there. Tell me what your intake on it, and then I'll tell you what mine is.
Yeah, like basically what he's saying. When people started dating, because I believe that's what courting was. When
they
people
don't do that no more.
Yeah,
they don't date anymore.
Yeah, and that's what he's saying. When the dating part ended, relationships started declining. Because people are not dating.
Yeah, I got him. In other words, you don't get. That's what I said earlier. They don't get to know. You don't get to know the person that you're with. You just maybe go straight to the bed. I guess go to dinner straight to the bedroom. Some just go straight to the bedroom. You don't even know who you're dealing with. See, back in the day, we used to date. Y'all don't even know the word date. What? I think y'all don't know that. Well, it's
No, what happened
𝐻𝐻.
was I got lucky and I caught the end of it.
And
Well, that was the
so
early 2000s. We're
dating
in
is when you don't
2019.
just go to bed with each other. You get to know each other. You get to find out who. You get to really know the person. Maybe go around their family a little bit. The dating, y'all don't even know what that is. It's spelled DATE. You date. And if you're dating, that's DATING. That's what that is. And
They're no longer dating. They're baiting. They trying to bait anybody for anything they can get out of them now.
do. That's what they do. And they ain't gonna date you for 2 days. Cause in 2 days they can already smell what you're about. And that what that's the sad part the young generation don't get. Y'all don't get to date. Y'all just bait. That's exactly what you
It's
did.
all
I
about
agree with that.
baiting and
You
getting
don't get to
somebody in
date.
the bed.
Just bait. I'm getting to know you. Let's go to a movie. Let's go meet, ride by your family house. There ain't no dating. When the dating left, he right. I agree 100%.
He said,
Went downhill.
people. Then the other part, he said, people, when you move fast, you make mistakes because it's a lot of significant details that you miss along the
Yeah,
way.
that's where the dating comes in at. The dating comes in to help you get to know, what you may be dealing with. It helps you get some knowledge of what you may be facing. Y'all don't date. That's been gone. That's been dead.
Now, Mr. Virgo,
It's not y'all. He right. It's not called dating for y'all. It's baiting. Yeah.
it's all about baiting. Yeah,
Want to see what you can get out of a person, not to see what you can have with a person.
exactly. Mr. Virgo says people confuse dating and relationships. Date and relationships are two completely different things.
But relationships are more serious than dating. First of all, dating, you get to know each other. Relationships, you're with each other. You're already in it.
Yeah. He said one of the main reasons why they rush and things become toxic, they're moving way too quickly.
Exactly. And they're moving I think they're moving out of fear. A lot of them are moving out of fear. They move. No knowledge. They don't have they moving out. You ain't get way. Look here. You'll make a fast decision. The young people are making more fast decisions on not knowing what they are. Not knowing what they're doing. They have no knowledge of. Y'all don't even know how to date. Young people don't even know how to date. What is dating? They don't even know what that is. They have no knowledge of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Their communication now, okay, we got together. Yeah, we're gonna meet up. You might smoke a little weed, have sex, whatever. Ain't no in between nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no in between nothing. Meet the man the first night, go right to bed with. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between.
And that's how.
And go to bed with each other and have no protection.
And that's how these females be ending up with these pookies, going to bed with them so fast.
Oh, not only that.
And a men.
You can go be a high maintenance guy. Yeah, they ain't got no sense either. They swear they do. They may have
You got a couple of them.
Make their money and keep themselves settled, but some of them get caught having babies too. Oh, this one right here. She ain't gonna get pregnant and just go to bed with her just because she look like big butt or whatever. They don't even take out a condom. Ain't got condoms in their glove compartment. You got high maintenance men with babies out there too that they didn't want.
Yeah, yep. They don't got caught up in the thirst trap, a couple of them. So, but yeah, all of that is definitely true. But yeah, we'll get.
There ain't no dating was I gotta come in your house and meet your parents first. Like your baby. Like my grandbaby, your baby. See, we make sure we know the guy. We meet the guy. The guy got rules. But you told him, you also tell him the rules. He agreed with it. Rissa is dating. They don't date, but it's what they're taught.
Mm-hmm.
It's homegrown. That's why you have an 18-year-old with no babies, working above, have no babies. She have no desire to even have babies, because the way homegrown, because the way we taught her.
Right.
We taught her how to do this. It starts on home. Rissa is dating. She's in a relationship. She dated first, but she's in a relationship now, and it's still not one to confirm. They don't Now with relationships, now how they move right on in, ain't no dating. Oh, I know them for 2 weeks, they'll move in together.
Yeah, they moving in with each other, only known each other for 2 days.
Oh, wait a minute. First of all, dating, he could tell you back in the day, dating, there was no Facebook internet. You had to actually meet the person up front before you begin to date.
Yeah, you did.
We met each other in person through a friend at school, and you still had to meet him in person. Now, they dating on the internet. How the heck you date online? I don't know if that's really you, your picture, and I'm gonna drive 1,100 miles to see you and meet you finally after we done dated. That's what they call, I guess, on the internet. We done talked for a year. Now I'm ready to meet you. I come and meet you. I drive 1,100 miles. You drive 1,100 miles to me, and you pull out a gun on me. All right, that's dating. That's the new dating.
Yeah, they you know, it's dating. I got so bad to the point now I'm actually hearing dudes complaining about paying for a woman meal. That was a new one.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm serious. Now, you know, I'm gonna tell you this. When the old school, I'm old school. If I dated right now, guess how old school would I expect from a date? First of all, I expect from a date, yeah, we'll be able to call each other up. We done met each other in person before I even go out with him. We done seen each other. We done met each other in person before I even go out with him. I decided to go out with him, and you take me out to dinner, okay? And the next day, I cook dinner. Oh no! First of all, I don't think half of y'all can cook. And then half of me, they ain't got no money. Y'all all messed up. I'm good.
Yeah.
See, that's what dating was back then. You know, we go sit in the park or something like that. Now, I'm a child by.
Nah, yeah.
They meet.
Now they going straight to Motel 6 now. I know females who meeting dudes at the club and letting them bring the dude back to the apartment with them that same night. Don't even know him.
Or she'll go back to his apartment where he got 6 or 7 guys living up in there, partying up in there.
Yeah.
She's only female. Take on up in there. She all right with that. She'll go into the bedroom. He'll give her a couple of drinks. You know, she might drink like Hennessy or something like that. Going back to the back. Next thing, they in the bed. While all his friends up front, they party open all the
Yeah, all these dudes, they'll go to a woman female's house the first night they met her. See, she got clothes all over the floor. See her house nasty. You know, see she's sleeping on an air mattress, and yet
them all dirty baby pictures that she ain't never dust off, but got all her churn pictures in the house. Ain't none of them dust off. She ain't got no food in her refrigerator. Okay, none of that. Going up bathroom to use the bathroom, he got to use the restroom. I ain't gonna call it a restroom. The bathroom, and there's a ring around the toilet. Her clothes thrown everywhere in there. That bathtub nasty and dirty, and he ain't got to worry about living on the toilet seat because I already peed on. He'll do it anyway.
Yeah. He'll still go clap them butt cheeks.
Throwing clothes off her bed, trying to sweep all them dirty clothes off her bed, and trying to kick some clothes around the room, trying to kick it on the bed. Oh, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. Someone just step right on it and just don't care.
No,
And you tell. Because one thing a young man should know, when you go to a woman's house, when you step in her door, her house tells you everything about her. Her house tells you everything that she is.
Yep, that's right.
Everything that she is.
That's right. Yep. So like I said, if you got to play hopscotch in her living room, if her sofa is on bricks,
you gotta fight.
if you got to do Mortal Kombat with the roaches, that already tell you what time it is there.
And hopscotch your way to the bathroom from the living room. Okay.
The kitchen table wobbly because it's propped up on three legs.
This is everywhere. And it ain't no fresh scent in the house. It just smells like old coke, clothes all over the smoke anyhow. If her sofa if the pillows on her sofa ain't fluffy, they kind of bend down with somebody been sleeping on it. Okay. They better watch the signs when they go in these women houses.
Exactly. She got 8, 9 children running around and it's past 10 o'clock.
And she got plastic flowers, and her living room is purple, and her living room set is really brown, but the plastic flowers like purple and red. Don't match it. Wait a minute. And first of all, if you got your car, she got sheets on her window.
Oh Lord, she got sheets on the window, and don't even have no plain sheets. She be putting the sheets up there with the Care Bear.
You know, because Salvation Army still have the old sheets. They got little flowers, faded flowers on it.
Yeah, or she got aluminum.
You go up the house and her sofa leaning. Wait a minute. You go up in that living room and all her furniture is different colors. Like the sofa one color, the other chair a different color. First of all, it's made of old lady flowers and stuff. I ain't even got that in my shit. I'm sorry, I mean Chris. I'm saying, and she got one lamp. One lamp. It's a 30 watt because you can barely see when you cut it off. Wait a minute, but she got a flat screen now.
Listen, Mom. The flat screen be bigger than the kitchen. Be bigger than the kitchen.
Bigger than the sofa in the living room.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
If her closet don't tore off, and you go her bathroom, and that
yeah, Mom, describe the bathroom. How the bathroom look?
Ain't got no toothbrushes on the sink. Ain't got no toothbrushes because there ain't no toothbrushes. No. Okay, and that sink got a little black ring around it, and it's washcloth stiff on top of the cut rod. And there ain't but one towel. If some of the towels don't match the washcloth. And then have a shower. Wait a minute, and there ain't no shower curtain, but there's a rod.
She missing a shower curtain.
She got a rug on the floor that really supposed to be the rug outside that said welcome mat.
She got the welcome mat in the bathroom.
But you gonna get your dusty ass, your dusty behind that and try to shower and there ain't no curtain. Okay, and you see soap. Okay, she gonna have soap on the sink, but the soap so thin. And how many niggas use that soap when you got in there?
Oh goodness! I tell you,
the toilet tissue ain't none.
What if ain't no toilet tissue in there?
Just a cardboard part. You put that one sheet over there, it's over.
Oh goodness. Yeah, she don't have no toilet tissue, but she did have like 2, 3 napkins for the takeout Chinese joint up the street.
Yeah, got from y'all. When she got a takeout plate from that Chinese restaurant down the street, cause she stole them people napkins. Okay. No, she don't have no napkins. She just got that one that roll, that cardboard roll with the one sheet attached to it. He better use that well. All washcloths in her bathroom stiff. Cause they hang on with a curtain rod in the child by.
Oh my goodness.
You better walk to a house now. Okay, so now when you go to the kitchen, what you see? Tell me what you see in the kitchen. What you see?
Okay.
I already see a roast crawling across the counter. There's already a roast there already. And one on the floor. Two on the floor running across the floor.
What?
When you put that light on.
What about her microwave?
Oh, that's when, you know how the microwave have the little glass dish in it, but she don't have one in there? Because it's been broke. Broke that. Okay, so you just stick it in, and first of all, it's all mucky. It's mucky. First of all, the knobs on it is mucky. You can't even tell whether you got a hot, cold, defrost. Turn it on, and it sounds like a darn lawnmower. Because it's about done.
sound like a lawnmower.
She give you some drink and it's out of jelly glass. Not nice, because dogs don't have nice glass and cup. But she ain't got that. It's a jelly glass.
Oh, and what kind of what the hood rat? What when he wants something to eat? What she give him, Mom? What should be getting him?
Well, she probably gonna give a paper plate. She probably. I don't even think she'll give him a paper plate. What should give him? Tell me. What should give him?
I think she'll get a piece of paper towel. She'll get one paper towel and probably throw his food on there.
No, she probably throw it on a piece of aluminum foil. Boom. There it is. Amen. Huh? And don't open that refrigerator, cause ain't but two things in there.
What she got in her fridge?
And that's a juicy juice.
From the kids' wick. From the wick. The kids' wick.
From the wick. And then a light bulb. You know when your refrigerator light come on? That's what's in there. That's what's in there. When she say, go in that booth, you get something to drink, go on booth with your jelly glass. You pour it in jelly glass. He's sitting there at a kitchen table where none of the chairs don't match it. None of the
chairs? Or one of the legs is missing, so she got it propped up against the wall. Because one of the legs missing.
Roach. I see one going across the road, another roach. And that floor ain't been mopped since 1902. Living in there. You know, she been living there since 1900. Shit. I don't mean to curse. I'm telling you now, baby, you have some jelly glass up in there. Ain't gonna be but two. One for you, one for her. Ain't none of that refrigerator but a big old gallon of juice a week and a light bulb, because your refrigerator light bulb got a light bulb on.
Oh,
ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there. And where the churn at?
Well, where the kids be at?
Got churn. Where everybody out?
Because remember, he met at the club.
Okay, and remember, she got a car now, and the rims was done. The rims was done on that car now. She got a car now. What kind of car she got, Devon?
She got a 2012 Toyota Camry.
All righty now.
Yeah, she got a 2000. Listen,
it's candy red.
Yeah, she got a 2012 Toyota Camry with some 2019 rims on it.
Her hair's done. She got on them thick eyelashes.
Like Elsie the cow.
Windshield wipers, they very heavy. Heavy rain.
Wait a minute. You said her lashes look like windshield wipers?
Yes, heavy thunderstorm. That's what those is. Heavy thunderstorm today. You got a big booty. You probably got dimples in it. I ain't knocking women about it. But I'm just saying, men they can be stupid like that. But go out, what? And she ain't got no air pressure. Ain't no air vent, no plug-ins. Ain't no what I love, air wick, ain't none of that.
It smell like
grease. Oh.
From when she flat iron them new bundles. That's how it smell.
That's how I feel. And go in that bathroom, I bet you some hair weave in there. I bet you a piece of weave in that sink. I bet you. I bet you a piece of hair all in that bathroom hall. And that toilet ain't clean, and you know it ain't clean. It ain't clean.
And they go right in there anyway to bang these chicks. They do not care. They see her air mattress.
So nasty.
Oh, you got to talk about the bedroom.
But you can't see it. That bedroom nasty. You know it's nasty. You know that mattress is done. You know that mattress is done. You know it. You know that mattress is the child by. You know that fake down in the middle, but you hump it anyway.
Yeah, he's still clapping them cheeks. Mama. He's still clapping them cheeks on that air mattress, Ma.
Hey, still clapping you. What's the What was the air mattress? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
remember she got a 70-inch screen in her living room, but she's sleeping on the air mattress in her bedroom.
With that old broke down ass sofa, them pillows don't even sit right. Yeah, they know it. You know a bedroom closet tore off her door, and you know the door on her bedroom closet tore up. You can see straight in the closet. She ain't got but 4 outfits. You see that? And you see them damn boots, even though it's summertime, but she got more boots than she got regular shoes. You see that? The nails done on them eyelashes, them windshield eyelashes on. You see all that.
Oh my goodness. Mom.
Dresser drawers don't fit to a dresser the right way. They crook it up. They look like a bunch of bad teeth. Now they got a bunch of bad teeth in somebody's mouth. Them dresser drawers all tore up. You know they hanging off things. You know it. You know you can't push them in. They look nice. You know the dresser drawers all tore up looking. You know it.
Oh goodness. Oh my
and you know
boy.
she got one lamp in there and it's on the floor because she ain't got nothing to sit that on.
Yo, mom's is going in, yo.
You know that. You know that. I'm trying to walk them through the house. The children room now. Okay.
Oh, you got to talk about the kids' room now. You forgot.
Bedroom. Okay, we're gonna give her 2-bedroom.
Okay. So the hood rat, she has a 2-bedroom.
She got to be a Section 8 woman, so let's not get it twisted. Because I know some girls got some nice houses.
No, we're talking about a hood. We're talking about a hood rat.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
It's about hood rat.
Bedroom number 1. Guess what's in bedroom number 1?
Okay, what's in the first kid's bedroom, Mom?
First kid's bedroom got a bunch of clothes on the floor, ain't none of them mat, and the mattress on the floor, cause there ain't no bed head, no bed frame, no none of that. The mattress on the damn floor. And the clothes on the floor, and you might see one toy. Okay, and the closet door in there tore down too. There ain't nothing in that closet. Go to bedroom number 2. Same thing. Oh, but they got a chair in there.
It's a card table. It's not a real table, Mom. It's a card table.
Oh, that card table is on the front porch.
What?
That card table on the porch, baby, and none of the chairs match to that either.
Oh my goodness.
2 house chairs that they found somewhere else, and 2 chairs that do match the table. Oh Lord Jesus, and an ashtray. Where they could, for real, and they know to be all strong and wrong in it. It makes so bad. Well, maintenance men, they'll come up in it. They ain't gonna stay long, but they gonna come up in there. But they gonna get on that mattress with that tin in the middle. They gonna do what they gotta do and get on.
Yep, he's still gonna bang them buck cheeks on that air mattress. Now,
you ought to know when you pull up in the yard, you see the yard trash. It ain't cut right.
Yeah, you see her living.
You already know.
You see her couch on her.
Alvin said the windows and everything look like we so sad. You come and say it out. The front door ain't smiling. They already know. But they follow that booty though.
Yeah, they'll follow that booty, Mom. Yep, they don't be can. They don't be can. And them trifling bras be the most fertile every time.
Yeah, so do. And if you're a woman in that predicament, that's because you want to be in a predicament. Because let me tell you something right now about a woman. We are not dumb creatures. We do dumb stuff. And men think we dumb because of the way we act. We react to the dumb stuff they do. We read dumber than they is. We react to it. So he's considered as dumb.
Now,
I'm not knocking that you may need help and you may have to be in housing. Been there, done that. But guess what?
Can't stay there
long.
It's
called life. Now, you better understand that it is real. And if it ain't real for you now, it will get real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, it will get real. Now, it ain't all about laying and playing somebody. Because what you do, I always tell my kids, what you do will come back to you. I tell my kids, all of them. My daughter online right now, I tell her, say, what you do will come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It will. So don't all this using people. Boo, you better make your own way. Let me tell you something. I don't believe in picking up a man and I ain't got nothing to bring to the table. I got something to bring too.
Exactly. Now, Mom, we was picking on the hood rats. Now, what about the pookies who live with the hood rats? These pookies that like these pookies that like the pookie who like to call her on her job. He ain't work all day now, but he called her on her job.
You already know. Now, Pookie, I'm trying to curse, is Dookie. You know this. First of all, let me tell you something. I don't care if you're a man with a bicycle and a job, but you got a job. You won't always be riding that bicycle. You may be just in there, but you just got something. Y'all let these men come up in y'all house with nothing. Let me tell you, I've let men come up in my house too.
Mm-hmm.
Two men. But I'm married. I've been married to one now. The second one I let come up in my house, I've married him over 10 years now. He didn't have a car. I had a brand new car. I had everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he had? He had 2 jobs in the boarding room. And he my husband to this day. Because he brought something to think. Y'all, he ain't bringing nothing to the table. I ain't talking about going stand in the homeless line and bring me some canned goods.
He going to the food bank.
And bring me some. I'm like, no. Let me tell you something. Just because he grown don't make him a man.
Okay.
Y'all are allowing these men. Now
Pookies.
You're cutting yourself short.
Yeah,
really
it's
short.
It's the pookies.
If I'm already short, I'm going to get somebody shorter than me.
Yeah. They let Pookie. They be going to work. Pookie drop them off in their car to their job, while Pookie drive her Camry back to her Section 8 house or apartment, whatever. He chills all day long, and he got that audacity to call her on her job. So when you get off for work, what you cooking?
Oh no. He got her car, right?
Yeah.
And drop off. She get up at 4, he pick up at 5. Look here, to me. Wait a minute. Well, you all let me. I'm here. I'm here. What else you want me to do? Nigga, I got up at 4:00. You pick me up at 5. And you and wait a minute. Pull up with the music loud.
Yeah.
Blasting your speakers. Saying Gucci Man and all that, right? You blasting my speaker, Lil Wayne, all of them. They got more money than you. You in my car. I'm trying to curse. I mean, I'm cursing. Yeah, that's your man, though.
That's your man.
All your co-workers gone. Bye, girl. Where your car? You coming to get me? This is an hour later. Blasting your music. So also, boy, he might have Pookie might have his homeboy in the front seat. You might have to sit back in your You might have to sit back in your own car. I think not.
Yeah. Why you picking me up so late? I've been up 4:00. What he going? What, Mom? I'm gonna be her, so you be him. I've been off till 4:00. I'm gonna call you Daquan, why you just getting up here? I've been off of work since 4:00. Why you getting up here 5:30? Why?
What you mean? You already know. Man, I look what job with. You know I had an interview. You know what I'm saying? And I got there, and the man wasn't there and everything. You know I'm going to look for a job today. You must have forgot, but I'm here. Man, get your ass in this car right now. Man, you better get on up in here. I leave you, and now you in my car. You gonna leave me?
They're gonna threaten to leave you in your own Camry.
I leave me in my car. Man, you better get up in it. You better give it this help out. Man, if I leave you, I'll be leave you I'll be left you. Man, you around here talking like that right there. Man, you bet shit crazy, man. What's wrong with you? Hey, I showed up. You know I'm going to look for a job today.
Now, okay,
You know,
now,
I got you 6 months ago. I've been looking for a job. What's wrong with you? You know, I had interview, ain't say the word right. Interview. Hold on, let me go see. Don't smell like weed. Okay.
smell like weed and ice house. Now, okay, Pookie,
Oh shit.
wait a minute. What about this? Pookie been what's Pookie excuse for not having a job for 2 weeks? You got to be Pookie.
Man, look here. My baby mom across town. You know she was harming me and everything like that, man. I had to give myself a break, man. I was confused, man. I had to give myself a break, man. They crack trying to take me back from the court. Oh, this just be right here. Now I give myself a break, man. Look here. I was still going to look for a job. I would pick you up late today. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you. Well, who is in the front seat of my car? You look for Donald, then why he in my car?
Oh, what you say? What you say, Mom?
This is what I'm gonna say to you. Okay, well, you know, I know you was late picking me up, but I know you cause they were looking for a job. Why? Who is in the front seat of my car? Why your homeboy in the front seat of my car?
Okay, so I'm supposed to be Pookie. Man, don't be worried about that. Don't he ain't got nothing to do with this, you know what I'm saying? No, he ain't got nothing to do with this, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, my old boy, he called me, you know what I'm saying, because his baby mama had put him out, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I had to go pick up my boy, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. At least I'm here to come get you.
This the nigga right here gonna help me get a job. Where he at? I've got him in the car. He took me a job. He taught that boy, man, to give me a job, man. Cause I smell like weed now.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Now, what's Pookie excuse for not paying child support? What's his excuse?
Man, look here. I already got more than 2 or 3 kids. She just fired another baby, man. Look here. She try to drag me. They try to drag me, try to dog me, man. You know I told another baby. She already mad. As other B and all this, like, and I didn't know that my baby like that, bro. I tried to tell her. So look here. I had to just go do what I do. I'm trying to live my best life. Really. Ain't no real excuse.
Yeah. I'm saying, the man.
I'm with you. What you worried about that for? I'm with you. Where I'm at right now? I'm with you. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh. Ooh. Man, don't keep bringing it up.
Boy, you want to keep. Boy, you. Listen. Here go a scenario.
He try to help me get a job and all this right here. He only put him out. And he got a job. Try to give me a job. And man, you have to think about the child support. All this right. Man, look here. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, get your ass in this car. Let me take you home right now because I got to make another run in your car now.
Yeah. Or when your income tax come, here come Pookie. I'm saying, if you getting back 2,000, you get back $2,000. What you can do is you can let me flip it. You can let me go flip that and get in the $4,000.
I flip it. See, you dumb. You like, no, I ain't gonna do my money like. See, you dumb. That's what I'm trying to say. You dumb as a mother. The matter with your car not going off. You see, you dumb, you stupid. Man, I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to reach. I'm coming for all of us. I'm coming for all of us, man. I'm trying to pull all of us up. But you so dumb.
Now, we got a question from Ask a Classy Black Man TV Radio. What's up, Mr. Research? Thank you for the $10 donation, sir. Appreciate that. Now, this is his question specifically for you. He says, why are females pregnant by struggling Pookie, but she avoids the business manager and says, so what, he a manager? That don't mean he a good man. How is that logical?
Well, she grew up with a lot of Pookies. Her father probably was a Pookie. Okay? She grew up with Pookies. And that's what she knows.
That's what she feel comfortable with.
She grew up with a lot She grew up with Pookie. She grew up with Pookie in her life. Father was a Pookie, and that's what she believed. That's all she know. So you a joke to her. She don't know anything better. Better to her, you're not what's called better to her. You're called mainly in her brain. You are a you're what you call it? What's the word when somebody using you? You're scamming her. She knows nothing good about she don't know that. She grew up with a Pookie. She grew up around Pookie.
So a man of substance basically will be a threat. Will be a threat to a woman. She won't see him as a privilege, but a threat.
She knows nothing about him. She will not even understand where he's coming. She knows nothing about him or his kind. She's from a whole other world, and there's nothing he will be able to do or say to make her understand that.
Yeah, I agree with that, Mom. What it is, women that have been dogged, they become damaged goods. So what happens is that good men become foreign to them. You know, that is, it's like being in a whole nother land. They don't know how to receive them.
She grew up with our good men.
Right.
She grew up with our good men. She grew up with Pookies, and strangely, I want him to know, strangely, and I heard young women on my job come to me and talk to me, Miss Alicia, so and so. But guess what? There's some women just like bad guys. They like
some women are drawn to bad boys. Yeah.
And that shocked me. You got women that love thug life. Tell them move on. There are women out there, other women out there that he can't find a decent one. If there is somebody to talk to that's like that, that's what she used to. She grew up with Pookie. Those are the only men she ever knew of. Those are the only men she will ever trust. Him, he'd be like a scammer to her. She'll be afraid of him. She wouldn't know what to do with him anyway.
Yeah. Some women, but and this is what men have to understand. Just because a woman carries herself a certain way, sometimes that don't mean she's really about that life. Just because a woman acts, I mean, literally what I say, acts. There's a difference between being and acting. Just because a woman is acting like she's sophisticated, she's top notch, she has standards, that does not mean mentally that her mindset is still drawn to men of low caliber. So you cannot figure because a female dresses a certain way, she wears designer labels. Hell, she could be working corporate office.
There are women that are so sophisticated looking. And they will act. They have learned how to look the part and act the part.
Right. That's not sophisticated hood rat. Sophisticated.
You see that same woman dressed up in all.
She's a sophisticated hood rat. That's what I call them.
That's exactly what she is. She is. Tell them move on to somebody else.
Yeah. So my thing is, as a man, you can't figure. Just because, and another thing is too, this is another thing I noticed, Mom. Some of these women, they know they could become another man's headache. So they try to play it safe by dealing with a guy that they know can deal with their level of toxicness. So, for instance, if a woman who you feel as a man is a good woman, who you think is the quality of a good woman, and she's not checking for you, she's only checking for guys that are a low caliber substance, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. She's smart enough to know that she is going to bring you more trouble than help. And that's her nice way of rejecting you and getting with a Pookie, because regardless of how she looks, she knows she's more over on a Pookie like level. So just because a woman rejects you, that doesn't define you. That basically just says to her that I'm not comfortable with dealing with a man on your level.
Woman dressed up pretty and got all look like she your type, and she could be on the Pookie level big time.
Exactly.
Big time. So when she runs to a guy like him, he will be very much misunderstood, and she's not trying to understand him. But she can be dressed up, but she's on Pookie level. People are not always what they seem.
Yeah, the most prettiest women will go for a Pookie.
The majority of women, it's sad to say, the majority of black women are ratchet as hell. They're ratchet. They're very ratchet.
Yeah, some of them.
So a guy like him that comes along, she's ratchet. She's already ratchet. You know, I mean, I don't care what you look like. I don't care how big your butt is, how hair fixer. You'll be surprised how many women out there are so ratchet. Not even worth
and it's not
even worth it.
And I'm glad you're saying that, Mom, because it's a lot of guys that got a misconception of what is ratchet. They think it's only the project chick with the 8, 9 kids. Now that's a hood, that's a different level of ratchetness. But these pretty ones are ratchet too. They want the pookies.
I told you the other night, my husband, Chance, we was talking about women. Chance said, I don't care what they dress like, what they look like. So I don't care. I know I can smell them. And he said, you got the biggest whores that dress perfectly. It's all for attraction. But the attraction may not be, they may not dress like that trying to pull a man like him. They're trying to pull a Pookie. Because Pookie's attracted to that too. I mean, you'd be surprised at the mentality these women have now. Men are not ratchet to me no more. The women are ratchet. Women are
the ratchet women are the most. We outbeating the men in that.
And everything, they want somebody decent. She ratchet. And I've had friends that tell me, they like, thug. He ain't a thug. I'm like, well, I'm looking crazy like, what the?
Why would you want a thug? Yeah.
That. And I mean, women are going at it. They're really good. They're really going at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
a guy like him, I'd rather him date outside his race. That'll be Japanese, Chinese, white. I don't care what she is. I'd rather date outside her race. Because right now, these women, our women are, and I love my color. I love who I am. But I am so insulted by our women. Our Afro-American women, they are so off the chain. They fight everywhere. They disrespect. They're more disrespectful than I've ever seen women be. They don't respect women of my age. They don't respect their mothers, their grandma. They are they're killing each other. They're killing their babies. They're putting their men on blast. I mean, our Afro-American women, they need to calm the hell down. They are really losing it. Our black men have been through a lot. They have really been through a lot. You mad at them, but and if they come around, you don't appreciate them. Our black women, we lose our black women. We've lost everything. They are the founders of birthing everything black. They are. We're supposed to be leaders of humility. We're supposed to hold everything together. That's all I know. These women now, these black women now, they fight, tear their clothes off each other. No wonder the men don't want them. I mean, nobody in perfect, but the black women are, they're tearing us down.
Absolutely. Just to interject, I definitely want to welcome 𝐜𝐡𝐚'𝐬. 𝐜𝐡𝐚𝐬, I welcome you for coming in. I appreciate the donation. Also to Freelance Ronan, he donated $5. I appreciate it. And he says, damn, Mom Duke dropping bombs like the Gap Band.
And I love the Gap Band.
Yeah.
It's the truth. You know, our black men, they already go through a lot. This is how I see it. When I watch my husband come home from work every day, we both work. He works 2 jobs. I work 1, of course. But I look at, you know what? That's why I make his lunch. I make sure he's straight when he get here. Because I know black when we go through it, but our black men, they really go through it.
They go through a lot.
Oh man, they dog me today. They come home, have a rough day, might have been spit on. They go through a lot, and they never really say anything about it.
No, they don't.
What they'll do is if we say the wrong thing, then they might, come at us the wrong way. They're very stressed. Black men are not saying, when they come on, they're not saying how they got dragged today. They're not saying how they got dogged today. They are not saying.
They're not verbalizing it.
The day they drag me, they're not saying all their pain. You have to know that man, and you have to watch that man. Because you have to just care. I make sure my husband lunch is he don't speak a lot. Chance come on the quiet side. But I know, I watch his body language like he been through it. Even I work too, and I've been through it, but his being through it is different from my being through it. They have nothing, no appreciation, but you want to run them down there to that child support real quick
That's
while you
right.
living
They
with
quick to
another
use
man in the
that.
house. You want to
And got
drag
and got
down.
Pookie
You just
laying
want
in
to down.
and got Pookie in the house not paying nothing but disturbing this man's peace,
Man,
who
like,
is doing what he's supposed to do.
Pookie got kids across town his damn self, and he ain't paying nothing for them. But you bring them in your house and let it eat off you and your kids while you run they daddy down to child support.
Yep.
Pookie living off that too, where he ain't paying no child support. His baby mom trying to find him. He ain't got no
Yeah.
job over. He driving your car.
Yeah.
You worry about my baby daddy. He ain't paid nothing. I'm gonna take him to child support. Now understand, I'm telling you something. Our black men have really gone through it. They are still going through it.
Yeah, they are.
Going through it. They always have.
Mm-hmm.
And they still are. And these young black men out here are really going through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then they want a father, they want to be there, but the black women, our Afro-American young women, they have lost it.
Yeah.
If he didn't marry you, don't mean he won't be a good father because he didn't marry you.
Exactly. Exactly.
He just feel like you was the right father. He had the baby from you. That don't mean he's not a good father. That don't mean he don't want to be there. You want to make him. He already got the white man. He already got his job making him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, how come? Okay, one thing about it, black men, child support don't give them a rest. They can't take a day off with child support. But you can take a day off. When you're talking, black men can't take a day off for child support. They letting white people just run them with the child support. You just gonna kill it. He already dragging him. Cause you angry. You got your own issues. You angry. Cause your mother was angry, and she came. You came up as a single parent household angry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of that. It's a lot of volatile black women. A lot of them.
Black women, we go through a lot too. But black men, they go through a lot too.
Because see, the thing about it is, the reason why it's even worse for them because see, they don't have an extra outlet. Men have to deal with their faults and flaws raw. You know what I mean? But
black men couldn't speak. They were beat. They couldn't speak. They opened them out. They really got beaten. And they've held that. That's why our black men have learned not to communicate as well as we do. Black men have been beaten just to speak their mind. This is all the way from slavery days. And they have learned to hold their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They have learned to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
But in our nature as black women, we always spoke our mind. But even if we got beaten, but black men would shut up if they got beaten. Black men tell this day in 2019 are still getting beaten. But no, who beat them? The white man ain't beaten. We're beating them.
Of course, yeah. We already doing a perfect job of that. Unfortunately. Because again, the problem is a lot of broken black women, they are taking a pain out and they're displacing it towards these other, they're displacing it between other black men, because again, is this displaced anger mechanism. I'm miserable, so therefore I want everybody else to be miserable.
And then they teach their children from these black men to be angry. Oh, your daddy ain't came around. Your daddy ain't called. Why your dad call your daddy? Why he ain't so and so? You know what I'm saying? Just because he's not with you don't mean he's a good father. He's not a good father. I know. I've lived it. I've lived it.
Yeah, that's what these women can't understand is that just because he's not trying to, and that's a good point, Mom. I'm glad you brought that up because the thing is, a lot of these women think just because a man doesn't want to be your husband, he can't be a good father. He can be a bomb ass father without being your husband. He does not have to be with you to have a relationship with your child.
Some of these men want their kids. Okay, but you know what? You don't want to give it to them because you want a child support, which ain't never. I don't care how much money they give, never enough to take the place of raising a child. They want their kids, and I believe right about now the way things are going, I believe most black men, Afro American men, deserve their children. I really do, because these girls they ain't worth a damn with these kids. They're not doing the right thing with these kids. If he get a new girlfriend, you mad about that, so you go try to raise child support. I mean, just ignorance.
Yeah,
Causing
yeah.
these men already. I mean, just causing these men to death inside. These men, a lot of men got a lot of patience because they would have probably. We got a lot of murders. Probably was a whole lot more. You know, just because he's not with you does not mean he's not a good father.
Like Rael, one of the subscribers just said, any broad can open her legs and have a baby and think the title of a wife is earned.
And it's not. It's not. If any woman can, I'm gonna give him this. Any woman can have a baby. That don't mean she's a mother. Any woman can have a baby. That don't mean she's a mother. But see, these new age, I'm sorry, everything has twisted. Everything has changed. My opinion is, I hope you two don't take it. Well, they can take it how they want to take it. I'm old school. This is how I feel. We've been programmed to do the way we do each other. We really do each other. And I remember Black Power. I remember, I'm black and I'm proud. Those are days I remember. Now, I'm not proud of what I see. I'm not proud of what I see. I'm hurt. I'm insulted. I think about Martin Luther King and many other leaders. Like, two leaders have died for this. And then he gets spit on. All this pettiness. It takes a community to raise a child. But everything is watered down. You know what? Back in my day, stripping used to be embarrassing. You got men marrying strippers now. I mean,
yeah. They,
And I'm about to think about, do I have to hit the pole? Well,
yeah.
my husband, you better
Yeah.
not.
It's a lot of hypocrisy because
really memorizing. This is not what we was taught. We was taught coming up, you don't kill your wife, you don't beat your wife down, and you don't kill children, you don't molest them. We doing all the things that the white men have done. We commit white crime. I'm sure people doing what I see they doing now. How the hell we on YouTube and the YouTube traffic is violent? And I see some of black people on YouTube violent with each other.
Yeah, they just verbally bashing each other and all of that.
I don't know why YouTube was being beefing with each other. Like,
not to the level we doing it. If they doing it, it's not to the level we taking it to. That's for sure.
Y'all tell the young men out here, y'all ain't dealing with women. Y'all deal with petty girls. And if you have babies from them, look at that petty in your life all your life.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're not making enough of wise decisions. It's a lot of us as black men and black women. We're straying away from using wisdom and knowledge because again, a lot of us have been programmed based on our environment, based on our upbringing.
You have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Do you remember Diamond years ago when you and your siblings, none of y'all fighting each other, kids fight each other and everything like this right here. But y'all was in love with y'all friends. Y'all fought each other. One year y'all just kept fighting each other. And do you remember the year when I shut down? Y'all couldn't have no friends. Y'all couldn't talk on the phone to nobody. And I made all y'all stay in the house together for a whole summer. I mean, all my kids stayed together for a whole summer. They couldn't talk to their friends. They couldn't go outside. I locked them in for a whole summer. I bought y'all coloring books and stuff. Because you know what my theory was? Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. They fighting each other, they siblings. Wait a minute now. No, I ain't going for this right here. I'm gonna shut them all down. You can't talk. Y'all get along with your friends and wouldn't get along with each other. So I got shut it down that summer. Watch all the color books and everything. For the first week or two, y'all didn't really talk to each other, play with each other. That's why y'all got bored. I said, watch them. They gonna start playing with. They ain't got nobody else to play with. And y'all start kind of talking to each other. And y'all start kind of drawing stuff together. And that's why y'all close to this day, because I meant that.
So, Mom, and this too. Tell everybody how many grandchildren you got out of five, out of five of us.
I have one grandchild, and she's 18, and she's graduated. She has no kids, and she's going to Orlando in a couple of weeks. Her boyfriend was a very calm guy. Yeah, I only have one grandchild, and my baby, he's 31. I have only one grandchild, and it's from my from her, and her and her husband married like 15 years. I only have one grandbaby, only one out of all five of them. None of them have children because I taught them. Because let me tell you, honest, I was that mother. I was that mama that when I walked around in the neighborhood, they said, "Ooh, there go down our mama. She mean."
Oh yes, Lord. She used to always
be in my house. That's the way I roll. That's where I got the only boyfriend. It was so bad with me. Even my daughter been married to my son-in-law for years. How about when she first dated him? I wrote down his tag number and all. Remember that? I wrote down his tag number.
Oh
I didn't even
gosh,
read
yeah,
out license.
yes,
That's how I
Lord.
was, that's how I was back in the day. When my daughter, the same one I'm talking to right now, was 12 years old, I said, let me tell you something, the babies don't come from storks. Let me show you how you.
Oh Lord, you're going to listen. You're going to tell them that story.
I ain't gonna tell the whole thing because it was graphic.
No, I mean, no, you can go ahead and tell them.
I said, lay down on the floor. I'm gonna show you something. And she kind of looked at me, girl, like, lay down. I said, lay on the floor. I said, now open your legs up. She said, Mama, what's going on? What? I said, that's where babies come from. Right? I ain't touching nothing. I said, that's. You open your legs up. That's it. She jumped up. Mama, no. I said, you what you thought? I said, well, she open my legs up. She won't. I said, you gotta open up. That's how they come. You lay it on your back. My boys, I put a condom on them at 10 years old. I explained to them what it was. They wasn't having no sex. I bet I can tell you right now. They 37 and 31. They have no babies. None of them. And my daughter just went on the phone, just on with a child. And the baby just graduated. She's 18 years old. I taught her about sex too. All that.
Now,
you have to communicate with your kids. I told my kids everything I've been through. Don't be afraid to tell your kids. If you're a parent, you listening to your parent. You have to talk to your kids. If you're allowed to talk to your kids, let your kids know the real deal. Let them know it's nothing wrong. Exposure is everything. Because if you don't tell them, you don't want them to get the information from somebody else. And they giving the wrong information. Like I told my kids back in the days, I used to punch them, I spank them. I said, look here, I'd rather beat you now than for you to go up and the police beat you and kill you. Maybe I can save you from that. And I did. Ain't none of them been locked up, even though I was for 2 days. But anyhow.
Now, also, if y'all have any questions, y'all would like to ask pertaining to me and my mom's relationship, y'all more than welcome. We're open to, answering any questions. Yeah. Now, Mom, because there's a couple of people out here, they know me, but then they don't know me at the same time. So what better way to know me? So if y'all want to ask my mom any questions regarding to me, you know what I mean, y'all welcome to do that. Starting with, so Mom, what do you think, what is one?
She'll tell you I'm very straight. I'm
Right. Yeah, my question was, okay, do you know me as your daughter? What can you tell them? What is one bad thing about me, and then what is one good thing about me?
All right, one bad thing about you. Gosh, you spend a lot of money. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. one thing. Okay, I'm gonna go serious, but that is true. You spend a lot of money. One bad thing about her is people would consider it bad, but I don't because I know it so well. One thing is she spent a lot, and the other bad thing about her, she will be straightforward. Her mouth is like my shoe. She will come correct. She's going to be raw.
No, now I think my subscribers would disagree with that. I don't think I have a mouth issue. I don't think I'm too harsh.
Well, I got one, so you do have one, so shut up. But anyway, so let me give the good. Let me give the good thing about you is the good thing about she's really a good parent. She's very respectful, and she believes in the truth. She got a heart for people. If you come at her about something, it's gonna be raw, but she's gonna be real, and it's because she care like that. She don't like to mislead nobody. She's not a misleader. She gonna be upfront. She really cares. She'll take something. She could take it really deep, and she can cry. Yeah, if it's deep to her, she'll cry, but she does take that serious. Yeah, that's how you are.
Now, if I had to say one good thing or one bad thing about my mom, I'll start with the bad thing. The bad thing is that my mom don't care where we are when she has to speak her mind. If she don't like something, she'll forget where we are. We could be at somebody's funeral, and if somebody smell, she'd be like, "Now you know what? I know good damn well they ain't come up in here smelling like that." And don't care who's standing behind us when she say it. So she'll I would say that's one of the bad things. She's very vocal. But very vocal.
You got on purple shoes. Okay.
Yeah, if you not matching or something like that, she gonna look at you funny. She's very obvious. If something is not appealing to her, I'll say the good parts is that she definitely she will cater to everybody. And I think that's good, but then that's bad because a lot of people take advantage of that. I mean, anybody come to her house, she'll fix them a plate of food.
Yeah.
She'll even offer to wash your clothes. She try to mama everybody, and I'm like, she try to adopt everybody. I'm like, Mom, you think your house is the Salvation Army? You always trying to feed people and give people clothes and all kind of stuff like that, everything. But it's not too many black women that have positive relationships with their mothers. And I wish, and it's unfortunate that a lot of black women, they are lacking that. Not only that, it's a lot of mothers who don't get along with their daughters. So it's both ways around. It's affecting both ends. You have some women, they cannot stand their mothers, and then you have some mothers that cannot stand their daughters and everything. So this is the reason why a lot of black women are lost in the sauce, and the reason why a lot of people, and most of the knowledge and the level of intelligence that I have, it comes from my mom having a solid relationship with me. And she did not try to glamorize her struggle. She did not make me she did not glamorize being a single mother. If anything, she fought for me to be the opposite of what she was. She never glamorized it. She didn't go out there telling me, well, it's okay if you got 5, 6 kids. You can get stamps, you get child support, you can get, she never tried to glamorize the struggle to me. So, it makes a difference when a woman has a black mother that's willing to not glamorize the pitfalls that a lot of black women are unfortunately falling prey upon and everything. So this is the reason why I had this live chat, is to prove that there are black women out there who are knowledgeable, old and young, new school and old school. A lot of us are not on that level of ratchetness, because it's unfortunate. It's women my age that are very ratchet. I'm close to my 40s. My mom is in her early 60s, right, Mom?
Yeah, I'll be 61 this October.
Yeah.
And I do want to say this, I think your viewers need to know because I believe in the truth. I've been married 3 times, okay? And all my husbands are very close. They're very close, and they're close to. I'm close to their kids. They have otherwise they what made me and their wives are very close. I believe I kept my relationships with my ex-husbands for the sake of my children, and they're all very close. My ex-husbands are very close. I'm close with their wives, and we did it for the sake of the kids. You know what? And I made that happen. I have a lot of friends say, "Oh my God, Felicia, are you serious?" We got pictures showing we're all very close. We were so close that all my ex-husbands went to the movies one year when they all went to the movies together. And my husband that I'm married to now, he's close to them too. So it's all about, how you raise your kids. It's all about unity. It's about knowing what's right. And I believe in God with everything in me. I've made my mistakes, still make my mistakes, will always make my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And I love rap music. My kids don't. That's crazy. But but my children, and it makes so bad. The golly thing about it that amazed my one friend that I have, the friend and my coworkers on the job, like, oh, Miss Felicia, see, my grandbaby graduated this year. That's all. We all have that one, and all of them were together. We all took pictures of all my ex-husbands. The three of them, they all of us doing it. So we are friends. It's for the sake of my kids. I made that happen for the sake of my kids because I love my kids. And it got to the point when our relationships were over. Like something, we were always young when we married, and that's when you make your most mistakes when you're young, and that's when you're supposed to make them. But when you start hitting those late 30s and 40s and all that, you have to learn from those mistakes, and you have to do what you're supposed to. When you know better, you do better. And Max says that we're all friends. All of them, they're friends. Their kids love me. I love their kids. And it's just all one big mesh together. And my friends were so blown, like, how did you do that? I'm like, for the sake of the kids. Okay, we didn't get along when we was married. Okay, there's nothing to do with the kids. We got it. We want to keep a relationship between the kids. And till this day, my daughter that's on live right now, she's like 3 fathers, and she close to all. Everybody's very close because I
Yeah.
made that happen.
Yeah.
I made
And
that happen for the
and
sake
it
of my kids. And you have to really wonder what's more important in your relationship. If you got a kids together, your kids come first. You have to make that happen. If you don't have kids together, let it go. Move on and keep God in your life. Whatever you do, put Him first. Keep Him in your life. That is how I made it this far. I didn't make it because of money. I didn't make it because I got nice. I didn't make it because everything has come through God. And all my ex husbands, their kids are close to my kids. They come to my house. They go to each other's house. I mean, it's just all about doing the right thing. I'm like, I ain't did everything right in life, but I need to do something right in this life.
and that
You know what I'm saying? But
and that's
don't
true.
on somebody else's burden. And if you got kids, do what's best for them, do what's right for them. You got any questions or you got complications that's going on, maybe me or your daughter, maybe me and my daughter can help you out with it. Just send the questions to her. But
Yeah.
it's all called life. It's called life. It's not going to be perfect. It's just called life.
And mom, you definitely brought a lot of significant points, but we definitely gonna get ready to wrap it up and
Okay.
everything. And so is there any last minute any last you know words that you would like to tell everyone before I get ready to shut it down? Any last thoughts?
I would like to tell the audience, this is my thing. Look here, there is a God. He is real. And you can pray and believe in that. And it's just called life, babies. Y'all still babies. It's called life. It all come to pass. The Bible tells you so. It will all come to pass. You have to pray about it. Let Him lead you and guide you in it. It'll all come to pass, baby. I mean, it may be bad now, it may hurt now. All that. I've been there, done all that. It'll all come to pass. And y'all just take care of yourself first and believe in yourself. You are somebody. You are very much somebody. And stop following the world.
As exactly. Yes. I definitely appreciate, all of my subscribers. This has been, believe it or not, a 2 hour and 24 minute chat or whatever, but it was definitely well worth it. The reason why I allowed my mother to come on here, due to the fact is that I know it's a lot of us in the Black community that don't have the privilege of getting that knowledge from older Black women, because there's too many older Black women that are not sharing wisdom and knowledge with us, that are not carrying themselves as women. So we really can't trust their knowledge. We can't trust their wisdom. And I am very aware that it's a lot of us out there that don't have the privilege of having mothers, or maybe you had a real mother, but your mother passed away, or you have a mother, but she's dysfunctional. So you was never able to really learn anything from her. So this is the reason why I shared my mom with all of y'all tonight. And she was willing to be here as well, because again, I mean, I understand, everybody doesn't have the privilege. Everybody hasn't been blessed with having a real parent in a life where they could
I
learn.
mother all your friends. I mother everybody.
Yes, and
I mother all your subscribers too.
that's the God's honest truth. My mom is everybody's mom, always have been, so definitely next time we do a chat, if y'all want to email me and you want us to address certain other issues that you may don't have an older person to address it from, you're more than welcome to email me. So next time me and her go live, I can have her to answer those questions for you. Because I truly believe that the world needs old school and new school knowledge. And I think when you put both together, it's definitely phenomenal. Poetic Kales, which is definitely one of my really close friends here on YouTube, she says, right to many older Black women are not carrying themselves as women. They definitely can't lead or mentor the youth. Thanks for this, Mocha Boo. So yes, to all my
I'm here for
sisters.
her too. I'm always here. I'm always here. I've always been here for your friends every hour. I got so many kids, and I'm willing to accept all your subscribers. They need a mom. I'm here.
Exactly, absolutely. So anytime y'all need, you need that motherly advice, or you kind of lost or confused about something, be I'm more than welcome. You can reach out to me or whatever, and we'll give you a holler. So again, I definitely appreciate all of my subscribers. Again, it just goes to show you that for every young woman that has wisdom and knowledge, is because there was an older woman that paved that for her. So this just goes to showing by example that most women who have wisdom and have knowledge is because it's been self-taught. The reason I have most of the wisdom and knowledge I have is because of my mom. Also the fact that she allowed all of my fathers, she allowed both my stepfathers and my dad, my biological father, to be there in my life. She did not spitefully keep them away from me based on her own personal motives, based on her own personal animosities towards them. She separated that, and she allowed us to have the privilege of not only having her, but also them in our lives as well. So for all of the Black women out here, I advise you, whatever issues or hangups you have with the father of your children, please correct that, because these days these children need all the support they can possibly get. Don't get so consumed on worrying about child support, so consumed on worrying about money to the point that you lose the real purpose is making sure that your children have a father in their lives. So again, I definitely want to appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out here with me this evening. I appreciate everybody for the super chats, the donations, everybody who hung out in the chat. We appreciate the kind words. I appreciate y'all holding it down and being respectful to Mom Dukes and everything. So I'm glad, we was able to do this successfully. And again, without saying anybody interested in cable, you're more than welcome to email me. Don't forget, just thought I would put that out there in case anybody's interested. Again, y'all, this is your girl, Lady Mocha, and I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. But we are out of here.
I love all of y'all, each and every one of you. You need help, let us know. I'm just keeping it real. I love all of y'all. I do. I love my Black kids. I love my Black children.
Absolutely, y'all. So on that note, y'all take care, and it's been real. Peace.
Hey.